Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet. And this is our Monday Live. It's Monday! So, I'm going to wait and see if we can get some of our peeps in here. Oh, yeah. Happy Monday. Here's Alice. Happy Monday to you. Wonder if I lost my needle. Let me see. Did I put it in this pocket? I brought a needle out with me so that I could sew in some ends, but I think I lost it. Yeah, it's not in my pocket. So it must be on the ground. I'm outside today. What a beautiful day it is. And I'm going to turn myself just a little bit like this. There we go. No snow. No snow today. Just let me let you have a little glimpse. Just nothing but mountain views and trees. A little bit of brown. Hello. Hi, Trudy. Good morning. It's good to see you. Woo woo. I'm glad to see both of you. Definitely. Let me see if I can make this come a little bit lower. Sorry for the shaky. Sorry for the shaky. There we go. All right. It's good to see you. I hope that you are having a wonderful Monday. If you're catching this live, welcome. If you're catching this later, welcome. And I hope that if you're watching this later, I hope that you had a great Monday. I am so thankful for another day, and what a beautiful day it is. Let me swing you over so that you can see my Rosie girl just sitting. Can you see her? There she is, just sitting and enjoying the view, enjoying the sun and the breeze. And I do have a blanket on the veranda over here that she could lay on if she wants, but nope. She's over there trying to catch a view of some bunnies and some birds and squirrels and deer and whatever else she can find. So what a beautiful morning here. What a beautiful morning. And she is totally enjoying the day. Just sitting there, and you want to be my Rosie? You come on, Trudy. You come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So this is a really nice place to sit when it's a nice weather day. And it's in the 50s right now. It's not quite 60. It's a dog's life. You know it. Hi, Rosie. Hi, baby. Good girl. Yes. And it is a dog's life, right? And so she's thoroughly enjoying her morning. Boy, she wasn't happy last night, though, because the smoke detector went off. Can you hear the birds? Every now and then they'll go, row, 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 row. I don't know what. You hear them, caw, caw, caw. That's what Rosie's trying to figure out. How can I get to those birds? How can I get to them? Yeah, that's what she's trying to figure out. So, yeah, can you see the mountains in the distance? Oh my goodness. And the mountains get closer. They're a little further away on this side, and then on this side, but then here, I don't know if you could see when I showed you Rosie. Let me see if I can look this up. They are very close right there. So, like, we're almost in those mountains. Hey, Darla, good to see you. Good to see you. And so listen, if you're on here and you're catching the live, pop in and just say good morning to me so I know you're here. If you don't have time to chat, that's fine. But it'd be nice to say good morning to you and hello. Is anybody else having the winter hands that are just so dry and chapped? I am having that issue. Now, last night, I used Vaseline, just pure Vaseline on my hands, and it did help a little bit. Tonight I'm going to do that again. I did get them to calm down by using Vaseline a couple nights in a row, and I was like, oh, I've kicked this. No. Oh, thank you, Darla. Thank you. Thank you. We are in the East Tennessee mountains of Appalachia, and we're just really enjoying it here. So I have my coffee. I have, you have old lady hands? Me too. Me too. That breeze. Woo, that breeze. So I have my sweater on. And if I get cold, I just have to say something, and then Mom will bring me a crochet blanket from the couch. I should have brought it out just in case, but I didn't. That's okay. Oh, good. You found the email. That's good, Trudy. That's good. So this weekend I worked on something a little different. You know, I was having a weekend that, I don't know if you ever have a weekend like that or a day like that, like I had, where, you know, you wake up and you have all these things in your head that you want to do, and you really want to do them, and then you get overwhelmed. And that's what happened to me this weekend. My mind just had so many things, and I had this big list, and my body couldn't keep up with it, and I just kind of just retreated, I guess, is all I can tell you, is that I just kind of I couldn't figure out what to do first, and so I just kind of sat there. And then, you know, to film or to make something, it's not just making it. You have to have energy to talk and to explain. And it was really not a good weekend for me to do that, because I just wasn't feeling it. I wanted to make all the things and do all the things, but it was just a little overwhelming. So, you know what I do when I feel that way? I start making dishcloths. Oh, please, go right ahead. Go right ahead. And Nikki, how was your wedding? That's right. No, Trudy, go ahead and chat. I love it. I love it that our community is so supportive of one another, that you are like, you're friends. And I love that. So keep on being friends. And so I do. So anyway, I did what any good barber would do, and I started making, I started out making coasters. And I will put the link for the coaster pattern down below. The coaster was not my idea. It was the pattern of a brilliant creator online. And so I followed the pattern, but then as I was following the pattern, I thought, you know what? This reminds me of a quilt that my mom made when I was a kid. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try and turn this. I don't have the ends sewn in, but this was one of the squares. It was just a simple single crochet. It was a triangle, so you crochet the whole thing all at once. And so she used when she did hers, she used a neutral color, like an ecru or an off-white or something like that. And then she used all these different brilliant colors. She made 4 coasters, and so they were a set, but they were each a different color. Well, do you remember the Mary Maxim, where the kit that I really wasn't that thrilled with getting this yarn? It was like 3 little balls of yarn and 1 scrubby, and that was it in my kit. I really wasn't thrilled with that one. So I had some ecru. Let's see what color this is. Ivory. This one is called Ivory, and it is Crafter's Secret. But you know, it's the same kind that you can get, you know, cookies and cream, or not cookies and cream, sugar and cream, or peaches and cream. Boy, now I want cookies and cream. Oh my goodness, that must have been a slip. So, you know, hey, look, there's a knot. I'm glad I didn't find that in the middle of my project. This is like the end here, so that's good. Anyway, so I made 4 the same color, and I put them together. And so ignore the strings, but this is a pinwheel pattern, a pinwheel quilt pattern. And I really like it. I really, really like it. I just think it's so pretty. What do you think? And you know, this would make a really pretty blanket too. If you made these up, and you could do different colors. If you did the same ecru, or the same, you know, white, or whatever the solid color was, if you did that the same, and then just did, you know, a border around each square, and then put each of the bigger squares together, isn't this cool? I really like it. It is too nice for a dishcloth, isn't it? I know, I know. And then the other thing I was thinking, well, because I crocheted them together, so I don't know if you can see, but there's like a ridge, right? So the other thing I was thinking was, well, I could take a solid color and crochet a big square, just the same, and like crochet them together so that it was a double, and so it would have a back and a front, you know, like a real quilt, right? That would be really nice. And then make like a hot pad for, you know, the counter or something. That would be really pretty, wouldn't it? If you made some hot pads like this. And then you could, like, as you're crocheting, you can like tack it a little bit so that it doesn't bunch up, so that it stays a nice quilt pattern. I'm really liking this pattern. I really like it. I like it a lot. So then mom said the same thing. She said, you know, that would make a really nice blanket. And I agree. And, you know, I really don't want to make a blanket with cotton, because cotton washes up different, right? It doesn't hold its shape as much as, oh, good. You're going to lurk. You just lurk away. It doesn't hold its shape as well as, you know, the acrylics or the natural fibers, such as, you know, alpaca or whatever. Or, well, wool doesn't even hold it. Like the naturals seem to be a little more delicate. Thank you, Carla. Carla, you're not Willie today. Good morning. It's good to see you. I really, really, really like this a lot. I mean, I really like it. Like so much that I kind of want to make like a kitchen valance with this, you know, with maybe, I don't know, 3 different colors, depending on how far apart we could make this, and then just kind of hang it from the top of my window in my kitchen. I just think it's very, very pretty, very beautiful. You know, it'll give it a country feel, which, you know, my kitchen is very country, very farmhouse country. So I just think it would be really, really fun. Yeah. Hey, Patty, good morning to you. Good to see you. So my idea was to use all 3 colors in this set. So I used this one. So this one was, you know, that's what you saw. And then there's a lighter one with like a white and a blue. I don't know if you can see the color or not because of the sun. Oh, you like a tank top? Good morning, Lori. Lori, I have missed you. I tried to get a hold of you. I love you. Lori is my cousin. and I'm glad to see you. Have you been busy with kitties? I know Lori's had quite a few kitties being born lately, and that's exciting. And oh my gosh, they're so cute. I'm definitely getting one. I have 2 cats still. Oh my gosh, but you have been busy. Yeah. Yeah. A nice canning mat. Alice, I love that idea. Oh my gosh. So then it got me thinking, what other quilt patterns could I replicate, right? What other quilt patterns could I replicate? So, you know what this also would do? If you had, excuse me, if you had several of these in a row, it would make a nice runner for your table. But yes, it would make a really nice canning mat. I love that idea. Love it, love it, love it. So anyway, I want to, take a look at some other patterns. My mom actually has a quilt that she made on her bed right now that's in the pinwheel fashion. At first I was like, Mom, is this called a windmill? Because I know that there is a windmill pattern. Oh, Valerie is a quilter? Yes. Hey, Miguel. You can't stay. How are you doing? Tell us real quick. Are you doing okay? I saw your new chickens, and they're beautiful. I'm glad that you got new chickens. How are you holding up? So anyway, I thought, well, I will have to take a look and see what other quilt patterns there are out there. Oh, you have company? Okay. Hey, Tammy, you're new here. You're from Indiana. Ooh, nice. Tammy, tell me what the weather's like there. We're in East Tennessee here, and it is really nice today. Good morning, Rosie. Good morning, my girl. So, yeah, she's going to lay down on her or rearrange her blanket, maybe. Maybe. 34 and sunny. Whoa, Tammy. 34 and sunny. That is chilly. Yeah. You're so, Miguel. Oh, Miguel, I hope that you continue with your healing. And I hope that you get well really, really soon. You're in the Muncie area, Muncie, Indiana. You know, I was in Indiana once with a group. And so we were in like Amish country. Okay, you have a doctor appointment tomorrow, Miguel. Good. Listen to your doctor. Do what your doctor says, and just be kind to yourself while you're healing. You know, yeah, definitely. So I was in. Where was I? I was near Indianapolis, I think, is where I was near, but I'm not sure. I was with a group, and we were in a van, and we had started out in Kansas City, and then we went over to Indiana, and I don't even know, like, I really totally was not paying attention. Totally was not paying attention to where we were going or anything, but we ended up out in the country, and it was beautiful, and there was a covered bridge, and blah, blah, blah. It was just really nice. So we were just, I think, taking a scenic route. Milroy. Ah, there you go. So yeah, it was really nice. Like I said, and it was a long time ago too. It was a long time ago, but I enjoyed being there. It was very beautiful. So yeah, this is inspiring me to maybe crochet a quilt series, right? I don't know. I'm just really, really liking this. So this would be really nice if you did squares like this with the egg crew and do a different color. Like this one is a blue, but then you could do, you know, a green or a red. Oh, Miguel, I'm so sorry. I say root and you say route. Yes, well, root. I know some family members that say route and roof for roof. Yeah. So anyway, this is super fun. Hi, Rosie. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi? Rosie. Hi, baby girl. Hi, honey. What do you want? What do you want, baby? What do you want? You're my good girl. Yeah, you're my good girl. You are such a sweet girl. Yes, you are. She just needed a little validation. Just needed a little validation. Now, when we were in Florida, and in the first house, oh, good. I'm so glad you found us, Tammy. Tammy, we go live 3 times a week. Carrie, hello. Oh, okay. Is that what this Bargello? This can be done in Bargello? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, okay. A few days ago, you finally got the hang of Tunisian crochet. Darla, you are queen. If you got the hang of Tunisian crochet, you get to wear the queen crown today. Oh, yeah. Because this girl, But I have respect and awe of anyone who can do Tunisian crochet. Really, really. Okay, Carrie, Bargello. I guess that could be done in strips. I don't know what that is. I'm intrigued, though. I'm very intrigued. I can't believe, Trudy, that Lohan is 19 months. That is... Oh, you're late because you were watching Friday's replay. Oh, Friday's replay was a dud. Don't go back and watch that. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning. Come on in here. We are live on the veranda. Rosie's going to lay... She's looking at the door now because she's like, now I think I want to go in. She's had enough of outside. Oh, my goodness. So, Wendy, take a look. What do you think? This is crocheted after the quilt pattern called Pinwheel. It's a pinwheel quilt pattern. There we go. Nana heard. Oh, Nana got shocked at the door. Oh, man. No, I saw you. Does she want you to come out? Oh, my gosh. Rosie is crazy. My Rosie girl is the sweetest dog. And she got scared last night because I was toasting. I was using the toaster. And where our toaster is, there is a smoke detector very close. And it doesn't, the toaster doesn't smoke, but I guess it lets off some heat. And so that smoke detector is so, she needs it open a little more. There you go. She wasn't sure if she was really invited or not. Mom was trying to keep the cat from coming out here because the cat's like, let me out. And he's exploring, so I don't know if he would even come back. So the smoke detector went off, and Rosie is terrified of that noise. My dog is absolutely terrified of that noise, and I'm not exactly sure why. But she'll go into trembles and she'll just like press her body really hard against me. So I was just trying to, like, after I got it all to stop and everything, I was sitting on the couch and she came and she pressed herself really hard against me. And I could just feel her doing this, like vibrating, like every few seconds she was just vibrating. She was just trembling. You know, like the little chihuahuas do when they get the tremble thing going. Well, this girl doesn't usually get a tremble thing going, but last night, she did. Oh my gosh. So, and I always feel terrible when it happens because she's usually such a happy girl, and you know, she's not really that brave, but she will tell people to go away if a stranger comes in the yard. And one time I thought she was going to get some of the workers because she was out there telling them, go on now, get. That's what she was telling them. You go on now, get. You don't belong here. And I was like, oh. You know, but thankfully the guys stayed calm. we're in the country, so I guess they're used to seeing country dogs come up to them, and and they were like, yeah, she was getting a little feisty, and they weren't sure if she was going to bite them. Now, I wasn't sure either, because she does her own thing sometimes. So anyway, she's very protective. Yes, Wendy, we did miss you. Oh, Tunisian is definitely more intense. You haven't figured it out yet either, Tammy. I tried, but it hurt my hand, honestly. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. But I can tell you I'm in love with this. I can't help it. I wish I could hang this up behind me. Doesn't that look pretty? It does. And this would look pretty in a window too, have the sunlight come through and have the pinwheel shapes just shine. It'd be really nice to have different colors. So anyway, let me see what y'all are talking about. Let me see. Yes, it's a quilt pattern. Yes, this is the pinwheel quilt pattern. So I'll have to put the link down below for the square, because the girl that made this, well, I don't know if it's a girl or not, but anyway, the creator who made this, the creator designed coasters, and in this one little square right here, and it's a single crochet, and the way the creator described how to do the color work here was really easy, and I was able to follow it, and then I took it from there and turned it into a quilt pattern. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah, Tunisian is definitely going to be slower than crochet and knitting. Yay, Wendy, you have today off. That's awesome. And we've been missing you. This reminds me of my old house, yes, where I was sitting outside and had the outside. Yeah, I'm going to do more of this. I've just been waiting for the weather to get a little bit better. But yeah, definitely want to do more of this. And I can even go over to where the rock is and sit over there and just enjoy that area too. It is, it feels really good in the sun. The sun is on my back. I have shoes on, but my toes are cold. Oh, but that's because I didn't wear socks. So, Patricia, yes, the old barn quilts. I know. I originally wanted to do a barn quilt for the side of the house, because when you come down the driveway, you just see the white side of the house. So I thought, how pretty would that be to have a barn quilt? And if I did, gosh, that would be a really big barn quilt. But if I did, because they have the panels, 8 by 8 foot panels. And if I painted each one one square of the barn quilt and then put them together, then we could have a barn quilt on the side of our house. Do you know the interesting thing about barn quilts? And for those of you who don't know what they are huge wooden painted quilt pieces. So it's like a quilt square, right? And they're often attached to farmhouses or barns or something like that. And the origin of a barn quilt is that, back in the day, I think it was during Civil War time, they would put the barn quilt on the side of the barn or the house or whatever to let people know that it was, number one, a welcoming place, that visitors were welcome, and that also it was a place of refuge. So if you needed a safe place, that it was a safe place for all people. And then also, I think it was just if you were hungry, if you needed a bed, if you, if you were traveling and you needed to stay somewhere, that barn quilt denoted that, you could rest there, have a meal, and then, be on your way. And so that's what I've learned about the barn quilts. So I just thought it was really interesting. And so I told my husband that story, and he's like, well, that does it. We can't put a barn quilt up. We don't want strangers coming to our house. And I'm like, honey, but that's a man for you, right? They're like, no strangers. I know. I'm like, that doesn't happen in this day and age. People don't go through and say, oh, there's a barn quilt. Let me go stay there and get a meal. They don't do that. But that's the origin of the barn quilt. My husband is goofy sometimes. Morning, honey. If he's watching, he would be talking right now, but I think he's probably not. You love dogs, Darla. Thank you. Thank you. Tunisian crochet is much simpler than crochet. You're overthinking. It hurts my hand. That's the whole thing. I do not want to do it because it hurts my hand. The holding that thin, long thing and just doing the ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. And it depends on the pattern, I would think, too. But Lori, if you are a Tunisian queen, then you get the crown too. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Bargello is a type of needlepoint. Thank you, Wiki Alice. We call her Wiki Alice because she's like Wikipedia, but she's Wiki Alice. And type of needlepoint embroidery consisting of upright flat stitches laid in a mathematical pattern to create motifs. That sounds beautiful. That sounds absolutely beautiful. The name originates from a series of chairs. Wow. Found in the Bargello Palace. Wow. Alice, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Tammy, you catch me whenever you can. And thanks for coming on and saying good morning to me. I'm so glad you did. I love meeting new people. And Lori says, I bet you thought I was visiting when the smoke detector went off. That's how I cook. I know, that's what I always say. Well, how do you know? How do you know that the dinner's ready? Well, the smoke detector went off, right? So Darla says she's a professional overthinker, Lori. So, yeah. And Lori is famous for finishing it her own way. Yes. Lydia, good morning. Good morning. Oh, you need to know how I did that square? Okay. So, Wendy, it's super easy. I'll put the link for, hey, Maria. Nice, Maria. It's nice to see you. God bless you too. And, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that I said your name right. No, a barn quilt is wood and it's painted like a quilt square. Not a whole quilt, just the quilt pattern. So a barn quilt would just be this square right here, this whole big thing right here. So that's why I was saying that, if I did a barn quilt, they have 8x8, 8 foot by 8 foot wood, what do you call that? The wood. So anyway, that's as big as they go. So if I did each one of these quarters in an 8x8, so 16 foot by 16 foot, that's about right for the side of the house because it's really tall. The house is really, really tall. And you don't want to have like a little tiny looking barn quilt. So Wendy, back to how I did this. Okay, so there is a pattern for coasters. And I will put that link below. So this coaster, I made them, right? So then I thought, well, I'll just make 4 of them. So I made 4 of them, and then I was like, you know what? This reminds me of a quilt that my mom made when I was a kid. And so I put it together, and I was like, Mom, what is this quilt called? And at first I was thinking it was windmill. It's not. A windmill quilt pattern is a little bit different. It starts out like this, but then it does a wonky thing. This is a pinwheel. And so I just crocheted it together in a pinwheel pattern And there you have it. And I love it. What do you think? What do you think? So I'll link the pattern for the coaster below once we go off live. I'll link the pattern for the coaster below, and then basically just the quilt pattern is this. It is a solid, and usually it's a solid and a pattern, and a solid and a pattern. Usually that's what it is. But you get to do you, right? You get to do you. So, thank you, Alice. Yeah, painted ones. Painted ones are, yeah, I agree, Carrie. That's the ones that are on the side of the house. They're not painted on the house. They're actually painted on a board, and then the board is attached to the barn or the house. And some of them are quite intricate. I actually love and appreciate and enjoy looking at the ones that are actual quilt patterns that I remember, right? A lot of times people will get very creative and they will, make a quilt pattern, but it's one that is so intricate and very fancy. And I'm like into this is my ancestors, this is, a quilt that my mom made in this pattern. So that's what I enjoy. And, because some of the quilt patterns can get quite intricate. And they're not, like there's one down the road and it's on a barn, and it has all these little pieces. And so it's kind of a kaleidoscope looking, and it means something to them, but not to me. Because I can't look at it and go, oh, that's the pinwheel quilt, or oh, that's the, and in fact, I originally wanted to make something similar to a cathedral window, because that is a gorgeous quilt, or a flower garden. That is a gorgeous quilt that my mom also made. And so I will need to do a flower garden square and do that as well, because that pattern is really, really pretty, and I can make that up. So anyway, I'm really glad that I made this. It was something that made me happy. I accomplished it. Of course, you see all the ends. I didn't weave in the ends, and I had a needle in my pocket, and I don't know where it went. And it was a red needle, so hopefully it'll be easily seen. But I think what happened was I took my phone out of my pocket, and so it's probably right in here somewhere. So I just need to take a moment after we get through with the live and just take a look for it. So, we never did what's in your cup. I just started talking about life and about everything going on here. And now we need a new thing, a square pattern painted on a home to drive by, make a square, and our blanket will let us know where we visited. That's true. That's true. Every home would have, a theme, right? Like your house is the pinwheel house, and your house is the windmill house, and your house is the cathedral window, and the flower garden, and the nine patch, and the drunken sailor, the Irish chain, right? There are all kinds of quilt patterns out there. So anyway, obviously this is my pride and joy today. I'm taking pride in it, definitely. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning. Did it used to be a real quilt? Carrie, I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know. I see the ones that are painted, and I just assumed that it was a painted quilt. But maybe it was a real quilt back in the day, right? Yeah. Very well could be. Very well could be. I'll have to look into that. Ah, you saw someone crochet a barn quilt pattern blanket. You may have to see if you can find that again. Oh, it just looked just like barn quilts. Nice. Nice. Patricia, good to see you this morning. And so yeah, so I'm drinking coffee, but unfortunately I'm out here right now and my coffee got cold, but that's okay. Mm. It's definitely cold. I mean, it's cold enough that I could put a little ice in it and it wouldn't need a whole lot. Oh my goodness. So it's a little windy here. It's a little chilly. So I am going to pop out a little early today. I've got good news. My wood stove is being delivered this week. So I'm going to go in the house and clear out the corner where the wood stove is going to go. Ah, you're trying new beans from Calgary. Wasn't a coffee drinker, but you're going to try different coffees, like you like grinding your own beans. Nice, Catherine. Nice. Ah, Nikki's having a big cup of coffee. Good for you, Nikki. Good for you, Nikki. And I know Alice is having a big cup of coffee, or she's already had a big cup of coffee, because that girl likes coffee like I do. And like most of our, although, Catherine, I'm shocked that you're going to drink some coffee, but you're trying some new beans, so that's good. Catherine is a tea drinker, and I like tea also, so I can do both. But I like coffee in the morning, and tea, hot tea at night. That's my thing. So, well, gang, I'm going to let you go. And I hope that you have a wonderful Monday. I will see you on Wednesday. And I will let you know if my guys delivering are, I'm not sure exactly what day they're coming yet. I got to get a hold of him today and see what day he's thinking. And, oh, you were reading about barn quilts. Good for you, Alice. Now, I'm so glad that I could give you a little something to study. So you can fill me in on Wednesday a little more about barn quilts. And I am excited now. I think I'm going to go find another pattern and try and do another pattern. I think that's fun. And wouldn't it be fun to have like a quilt with squares with all different kinds of quilt patterns on them? That sounds like something that would be fun to do. So they go back 300 years. Yeah, nice. Nice. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So, all right. To Pennsylvania. Nice. Yep, the Pennsylvania Dutch. Yep. All right. Alice, have a great day. You study that up and then share it with us on, you know what? I'm going to tell you. Wednesday, you come live with me on Wednesday and we can just chat about barn quilts and crochet. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, what do you think, gang? Do we want Alice to come live with me? I think the answer is yes, a resounding yes. All right, so I will see you on Wednesday. Maybe we'll see Alice. Let's see how I can influence her to come on and see, everybody's saying yes. Everybody's saying yes. Stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. And hey, listen, if you know Alice, you just kind of give her a little nudge and say, come on, give Barbara a break. Go live with her so that we can talk about barn quilts and so that we can maybe show some more patterns that we can find and we can come up with a plan. So I hope that you have a great day. Have a great Monday, and I will see you on Wednesday. Love ya. And I always forget. They moved the button from the right to the left.